In the chaotic first few moments following Charlie Kirk's assassination, an older bald white man, handcuffed by cops, seemed to be the prime suspect.
Imagine running toward a murder scene shouting, "I shot him, now shoot me," and thinking you're the hero of the story. That's not bravery, that's cosplay with handcuffs. And in Utah, it just earned a 71-year-old man a felony charge, a no bail order, and a new entry in the Please Don't Do This chapter of Criminal Justice 101. Who's the 71-year-old? Police say his name is George Zinn. Moments after Charlie Kirk was shot at Utah Valley University, UVU, on September 10, officers heard a man yell, "I shot him, now shoot me." He refused to say where the gun was, then later admitted he wasn't the shooter and claimed he did it to draw attention away from the real killer. UVU campus police arrested him for obstruction of justice. A judge has since ordered him held without bail. And then it got worse. While Zinn was at the hospital for a medical issue, investigators say he warned they might find child sexual abuse material on his phone. A forensic check allegedly turned up more than 20 images and messages sharing the material. He's now also booked on multiple counts of sexual exploitation of a minor. That's not free speech, that's a felony pile-on.
In the chaotic first few moments following Charlie Kirk's assassination, an older bald white man, handcuffed by cops, seemed to be the prime suspect. Now authorities have revealed that while he wasn't guilty of killing Kirk, he is being charged with something that will turn your stomach. In a sickening news release, the Utah County Sheriff's Office said that 71-year-old George Zinn has been charged with 4 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, after investigators found over 20 images of kids as young as 5 years old on his phone, in which they appeared at least partially naked and in sexual poses. The agency went on to say that Zinn had admitted that he gets sexual gratification from viewing and sharing child pornography with others, and that his preferred victim age is 5 to 12 years old. Zinn captured the attention of authorities on September 10th when Charlie Kirk was fatally shot in front of a crowd at Utah Valley University. According to Utah's Fox 13, court records revealed that Zinn falsely confessed to murdering Kirk by yelling at cops, "I shot him, now shoot me." Zinn later claimed that he was attempting to distract the police from the real shooter. There is no current evidence that Zinn and suspect Tyler Robinson had any connection or were working together on this scheme. In the immediate aftermath of the assassination, Zinn's image spread across the internet, with many believing he was the one who pulled the trigger. Before the shooting, Zinn was already known to authorities. According to Salt Lake City County District Attorney Sim Gill, the political troll is infamous for being a gadfly who attends many political events and is almost always thrown out for his odd behavior. Zinn has racked up a number of trespassing arrests at events like film festivals, protests, and political rallies. Most ominously, he spent a year in the can in 2013 for threatening to bomb the Salt Lake City Marathon, according to reports. Police are now saying his false confession delayed the investigation into Kirk's killing and needlessly took up law enforcement resources at a critical juncture in the probe. For that, he has already been charged with a second-degree felony of obstruction of justice, on top of the latest stomach-turning charges of child exploitation.
Who do police say actually killed Charlie Kirk? Authorities arrested Tyler Robinson, 22, on Friday. Prosecutors have charged him with capital murder and announced they'll seek the death penalty if he's convicted. Charging documents say that after the shooting, Robinson messaged a roommate acknowledging he was the gunman, adding police had grabbed some crazy old dude first, almost certainly a reference to Zinn. How chaotic was the scene? Roughly 3,000 people were at the UVU event, monitored by just 6 campus officers plus Kirk's private security, when a single round ended a life and kicked off the misinformation stampede you saw online. It took hours for authorities to filter noise from facts. The wrong person's dramatic confession didn't help. What this is and what it isn't, this is obstruction, not martyrdom. Telling cops, "I did it," when you didn't isn't noble. It's a blueprint for delaying an active manhunt.
Breaking news in the investigation into the shocking murder of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. In the last hour, officials announced they are charging the suspect in the shooting with 7 counts of aggravated murder, felony discharge of a weapon, 2 counts of obstruction of justice, 2 counts of witness tampering, and violent offense committed in the presence of a child. They will be seeking the death penalty. Officials also revealed detailed text messages that the suspect sent to his roommate, who officials say he was in a romantic relationship with. Here is Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray.
The roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing. Look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." Police found a photograph of this note. The following text exchange, then took place. After reading the note, the roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right?" Robinson: "I am still okay, my love, but am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." Roommate: "You weren't the one who did it, right?" Robinson: I am. I'm sorry."
The roommate then asks the suspect why he did it, and this is what he had to say.
Robinson: "I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it." Roommate: "How long have you been planning this?" Robinson: "A bit over a week."
Police say Zinn explicitly admitted he wanted to distract officers so the real gunmen could get away. That made the internet's instant "they got him" clips worse than useless. It made them harmful. This is a case study in narrative laundering. The moment a gray-haired man went down in handcuffs, social feeds filled with case closed victory laps. When facts reversed, the same pipeline pivoted to other scapegoats. We've seen this movie before: rush to blame a preferred outgroup, then quietly delete when reality ruins the script. This is not a referendum on mental illness or homelessness. Some TV pundits actually floated lethal injections for the unhoused, then tossed out a half apology and changed the topic. That's not policy. That's a cry for ratings. And yes, calling for state-sanctioned killing of vulnerable people is as ghoulish as it sounds. The deeper pattern and the roast you ordered, right-wing media's crisis playbook, is a speed run. Claim a quick caller. When wrong, look for a culture war detour. If the suspect profile shatters the fairy tale, invent a new villain. This time, step 1 was Zinn in cuffs, pant legs around ankles, and a lot of triumphant Chiron energy. Step 2, suddenly everyone's an expert in roommates, gender identity, and Discord lore. Step 3, we don't need more information. Actual quote. Of course you don't. New information keeps ruining the story. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The evidence-based arc is a lot less cinematic, but a lot more useful. Police tracked physical forensics, combed video, and, per the charging documents, pulled digital messages in which the 22-year-old suspect told a roommate, point blank, that he did it. That's how cases are supposed to be built, with proof, not vibes. And about the martyr routine. If your idea of helping your cause is screaming a false confession at a murder scene, congratulations. You didn't become a martyr. You became Exhibit A for why obstruction charges exist. Dressing it up as sacrifice is like calling arson accelerated remodeling. What the charges mean, in plain English: obstruction of justice, second-degree felony. Prosecutors say Zinn's false confession intentionally interfered with a homicide investigation. In Utah, second-degree felonies can carry significant prison time. A judge ordered Zinn held without bail, a sign the court sees him as a danger or a flight risk. Sexual exploitation of a minor, separate counts tied to what investigators say they found on Zinn's phone. These are among the most serious non-homicide charges on the books. And no, I was looking for the real shooter doesn't explain a gallery of child abuse images. Capital murder. Robinson. Prosecutors say they'll pursue the death penalty if there's a conviction. That raises the stakes on everything from discovery battles to jury selection to appeals that could last years. Expect a long, grinding legal path. Why this matters beyond one arrest. 1. The internet's speed is now an evidentiary hazard. Body cam clips and bystander videos are critical, but out-of-context virality can lock millions into a wrong suspect inside minutes. When the public thinks a case is solved, tips dry up, rumors spike, and bad actors exploit the fog. 2. False confession theater wastes the two things investigators can't get back: time and attention. Every minute spent processing a fake claim is a minute not spent tracking the actual suspect. That's not a victimless prank. That's sand in the gears of justice. 3. Real accountability is built on real facts. Whatever you think of Charlie Kirk or his politics, the legal system doesn't and shouldn't care. It cares who pulled the trigger, who helped or hindered, and what the evidence shows. On that score, you don't beat propaganda with counter-propaganda, you beat it with receipts. The moment for grown-ups. If you're truly law and order, you don't cheer premature arrests, you don't invent accomplices to fit a culture war fantasy, and you definitely don't glamorize a guy who allegedly confessed to a murder he didn't commit and kept child abuse images on his phone. That's not law and order, that's chaos cosplaying as courage. And if your favorite host's takeaway is we don't need more information, you need a new host. That line is the tattoo you get right before you flunk jury duty. What I'll be watching next. The Zinn case. Will prosecutors add more counts after deeper forensic analysis of the phone? Does the no bail order stick at subsequent hearings? The Robinson case? How quickly does the court set a preliminary hearing? What additional digital evidence, if any, appears in future filings beyond the roommate messages already quoted by prosecutors? The information ecosystem, do media outlets that jumped the gun correct with the same volume they used to speculate? Holding breath, not advised. Should knowingly falsely confessing at a crime scene be punished as harshly as helping a suspect flee? Why or why not? Drop your take below. Boost the receipts. If you prefer evidence over outrage, hit like so this kind of reporting beats the rumor mill in the algorithm. Stay on the record. Subscribe and turn on alerts. When court filings drop, you'll get the plain English breakdown with sources before the spin cycle starts. A man is dead. One suspect faces capital charges. Another man allegedly tried to turn the worst moment into his twisted audition for martyr. The grown-up thing isn't to scream first and think later, it's to insist on facts, protect due process, and hold liars accountable. That's not partisan. That's the price of a justice system that works. Stay sharp, stay human, and bring your best argument to the comments. I'll read them.
And remember, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button.